It's been a long time since we've seen each other. By Logan Cash Poets, King Ali Poets, Poetic Ali, Branson, Missouri. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. And would we even say a word if we did? It's like the closer we get to one another, the farther away from each other that we really get. Sometimes, when I'm anxious, I start to stutter, and I would have no choice but to admit it, and then await for her to show her comfort, because she knows how hard this thing really is. So, is there safety within both our silence? It feels so safe to just turn around and walk away and shout to each other in the quiet that we no longer need the words to say. What is it that we fear when this thing is so delighted? And if it was those same exact fears that we faced, would it turn out that we were relieved once we tried it? And overcoming those fears, it really left you amazed. I wonder would this thing be forever evolving? Would a conversation even scratch the surface? To let it out would definitely take all of me, and the words would not come out like I rehearsed them. And all the facts that we do not acknowledge when we're together at each other's person, it's almost as if we do not recall them, but in our memory, it is still for certain. So are we closer in all this distance? And does our innocence only live within sight of our own fears when we both hate to be in this position? Who is the one who is guilty here? I'm not here to judge your inhibitions. I place no guilt to make all that clear. I'll take the blame for my ambitions if to her that would make all this fair. But who knew what this would have been if I do what she did the whole time? If she would have told me those things in the end, I would have known and I would have changed her mind. Then again, if she knew everything that I did and both of our unknowns were combined and we communicated to each other this, can that communication burst something so alive? But our thoughts don't walk the road, the path where we try to think that we lead. And that path changes as we react only to the things that we know. It only leads to the things that we want to perceive. But on that trail, whose truth is true when spoke, when the things we choose to think disagree, we see through each other transparent as ghosts, wishing instead to be like a mirror, only a reflection to see. And if I poured my heart out into your cup, over the top of that cup it would surely spill. Because the heart inside of me is so much that your cup would surely be overfilled. Would you clean the mess I made up, then drink from that very cup like no big deal? The heart inside of me is more than a rush because what's inside of me is so real. Baby, I know you love the way it tastes. Baby, tell me, why don't you drink all that you can? And then, baby, tell me, why are you still losing so much weight when I'm willing to pour into you all that I am? Would that change your emotional state? After you drank, would you get up and try and stand and get dizzy as your emotions intoxicate from what's poured out from inside of your man? Thank you so much.